Let's see. There we go. Hey y'all. I am in the DC area for a conference, but wanted to hop on here. So I'm not in Charlotte, but I'm in Charlotte. Um, I'm sure that mostly everyone knows. If you don't know, you should know um, that the cops shot a man off at the Burger King off of Beatties Ford Road. I think it's been 2 weeks now. The CMPD was required to release the tapes of the camera from the one cop. There was more than one cop there, but I think there's only one tape. And that was done yesterday. And much to my probably bad choice and decision making, I did watch the video. Um, I talked to my sister and my husband and some other folks who watched it as well, and have been following the posts and things of that nature. And, secondary trauma is a real thing. It's very sad. As you all know, art is my release. It is my vehicle. It is the way that I express myself. And I think that trauma can rest in our bones. I think we should speak about our experiences, even though they might be difficult. And I was talking to my mom last night about it all, and I shared with her a poem that I wrote after Keith Lamont Scott was murdered. And she said, "Wow, that sounds like you wrote it today." And we all know that you can find poems or songs or whatever that were written, in civil rights time that unfortunately are still relevant to this day. That makes me sad. So while I am not in Charlotte, I am there in my heart, and I am hopeful that I don't have to keep feeling and writing poems like this. So anyway, so this is for anyone who's listening, and really more so for me to say whatever your outlet is. If you are feeling any type of way, which you probably are, share. Sing and draw and take pictures and use whatever art you can use to make sure that you are expressing yourself and taking care of yourself. Right? Okay, so I'm going to do this poem and then I'm going to hop off of here because I got some things to do. Cold and quiet. That's the way the day after feels. Isolated and lonely. That's the way the weeks after feel. When it has been happening for years, but this time it's on the front page. When it is an ugly truth, and ugly, ugly truth that we have known for years, but this time it's on a national stage. When I knew in my heart that it was only a matter of time, when I waited with bated breath, hoping with everything pinned and pushed on the inside that when it did happen, that it would not happen to one of mine. But relative or not, we are of the same bloodline. Family or not, we are of the kindred spirit kind. So he was murdered, she was murdered, they were murdered, and we deal with the ramifications of the loss of a sister or a brother. But how do you mourn a loss that isn't really yours to mourn? With deep, deep sadness for all that their death might mean. Honor the slain, give light to their name, but not impose or hijack the pain felt by their closest friends and their family. You cry in corners. Hold space with those who understand it all. The silent mourners, connected through a stark reality of deeply rooted pain and loss. You call in sick, not so tightly wound in your stomach that getting out of the bed doesn't feel like much of an option. You have talks with sons and husbands. Remind them that getting home safe is really the only option. You call each other. Check in, text message, are you okay? Whisper in cubicles, I cannot deal, this is happening again. You street soldier with fist up, disengage. You disrupt, petition sign, post online, scream from the depths of despair. Is anybody out there? Eyes wet, fist clench, heavy heart. Does anybody hear us? You pray and organize, stand together, desensitize, meditate, strategize, find the truth and openness in their sea of lies. You process and process and process and process and fight like there is no end. Get yourself up, dust yourself off, get prepared for when you face another day after and you have to live it all over again. So that's that. For everyone who is experiencing sort of that day after the video was released or day after whatever, because we've all been here before. We know the routine. We know what's happening next. We know. So make sure that on the days after, we're taking care of ourselves and each other. Love y'all.